This is Late Night Lee Talks TV. I'm Late Night Lee and I talk reality TV dating shows such as Ready to Love, The Never Ever Mets, Married at First Sight, Love Island, just to name a few. So if you do enjoy watching that type of content, then please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out when I upload a new video. This is a new channel, so I do appreciate the support. Don't forget to like the video. And if you comment down below, I'll comment back. Let's get into The Never Ever Mets Season 1, Episode 3 review. Now, Diamond and Aaron H., they are acting as though they are the marriage counselors and the elders of the group. Yes, they are the oldest in age. However, they are in the same messy boat as everyone else. And to me, it's worse because Aaron H. is in his 50s. Diamond is in her 40s. You are well past the age of old enough to be able to travel and meet your person. So it's really messed up, I think, for somebody at their big grown ages who can't, after 5 years of dating online. California and Florida, both really great places. Easy places, wonderful places that people, would love to visit. Great weather in both places. Why you guys can't get together? Stop acting like you are, the elders of the group, because you're in the same situation. And it's worse for y'all because you're older and you should be able to travel to meet your partner. But I will say they seem to be doing really, really good compared to everyone else. Well, Shay and Josh and Diamond and Aaron H. are actually seeming like they may end this process together as of right now. Except for the fact that, Aaron H. proposed to someone and it was all over Facebook. Sir, you have your dirt too. You know what I mean? But he is trying to help Sienna and Brandon because they have been arguing. Now, this entire episode is focused on Sienna and Brandon and their dysfunction. Also, I think that, Shay and Josh, okay. So, Diamond and Aaron H., they're talking to Shay and Josh about their relationship and the issues that they've had in 12 years. Now, Mr. Josh has a 3-year-old child. And it's well, how did that happen, Josh, if you and Shay have been together? Like I said in my previous video of this show being fake, these people were not actually committed to each other. They are just somebody who they probably each have each other as a fallback person. Now, one person, when you're single, you can probably go and talk to because this is ridiculous. Now, Shay and Josh claims that the child was conceived via a roommate situation. One thing led to another. Excuse me. Now Shay, she glosses over it. She said that she forgave him. She's good, yada, yada, yada. Girl, say what? When black people say, you better than me, they don't really think that you're better than them. Couldn't be me. Because let's talk about this. Logistically, logically, Josh has a female roommate. How old are you, Josh? Where do you live? Josh lives in Tennessee. I believe Tennessee is one of the states that don't have any state taxes. More affordable. Yeah, Tennessee is an affordable southern state to live in. But you have a roommate? Okay. Your roommate is a female that you impregnated. So you couldn't have a roommate that you could be platonic, a female roommate that you could be platonic with. First of all, I would not talk to or have anything to do relationship-wise with a man who has a roommate that is a woman. Absolutely not. Couldn't be me. But you were sleeping with her unprotected and she got pregnant and y'all living together and she has a kid, that's a family. That is a family. Josh has a whole family. Because what did you do? Did you move out? Because who's helping raise that child? Who's help paying child support? Who's babysitting? You ain't move out. I think Josh still lives with this roommate, quote unquote, and baby, Josh has a whole family. I just don't, logistically, it's not making sense. You were living with a woman who you were sleeping with. So after you had sex, did she go back to her own room? Or did she just spend the night in your room? Because she was doing something with you. Y'all was evidently sleeping together. She had a baby. You guys still live together. Like, it's a lot that does not make sense. But they glossed the hell right on over it. And baby, it could not be me. It couldn't be me because it doesn't make sense and it's stupid. Now, they decide to play a card game with all the couples. Brandon is some kind of a chef. Brandon cooks a dinner that looked absolutely delicious to me. He cooks dinner for all the couples, and they sit out at the table and they play a game, which is a game designed to be shady. Name the couple with the most chemistry, or the couple with the least chemistry, the couple that you think won't make it. And everything that is negative, Sienna and Brandon were chosen because they have been fighting the most. They had the whole argument where she pretty much said that she doesn't respect the fact that he was previously married and got a divorce, and then also had a baby with somebody. So he had two failed relationships that she feels like means that he's inconsistent, even though he called her inconsistent. And she's throwing all this shade at him, and the other people are like, well, girl, this isn't new information. You guys have been dating for 10 months. You knew this. Why did you continue to talk to this man? This is stuff that you can get day 1, day 2. Have you ever been married before? Do you have any kids? That's stuff you ask day 1, you know? But she's still choosing to be with him almost a year later. So why are you bringing up these things now? If it's such an issue for you, why are you talking to this man? Anyway, so of course, most of the couples pick them for everything that's bad. And Aaron H actually picks Joanna and Aaron J for another category of something that was negative. And Joanna gets super defensive and upset. And she's like, no, that's not true, yada, yada, yada. But Aaron H and Diamond, as well as Millie and Greg, have called out and have noticed that Aaron J and Joanna spend no time together, and Joanna seems to be very enamored with Chris. She's always complimenting Chris, always talking to Chris, and it seems like she's got a crush on Chris. Okay? So other people are noticing. Now, I do want to say this. Sienna and Brandon are not compatible, but they are talking to each other. And the talking is leading to arguing, right? And that's what everyone else is noticing. However, Joanna and Aaron J are not talking to each other. So it's not going as widely noticed as Sienna and Brandon. If Aaron J and Joanna actually talk to each other, they would argue too. Because later on in the episode, they are having drinks and Joanna asks Aaron J if he wants something. And he goes, well, no, I'll just take a sip of yours. And she just goes off at him. You ain't taking a sip of mine. Why are you acting like a child? If you want something, just say you want. Now, I will say this. My man does that to me. No, he'll get a drink, but he wants to taste everything that I have. I'm like, sir, if somebody ever tried to poison me, we would both be going out, because this man always wants to taste everything. If I have, and we usually always order different drinks Like, he may get a beer, I may get like a margarita. And he always wants to taste everything that I have. And I'm like, sir, leave me alone. So that would annoy me too. I'm not going to lie. But we have not seen Joanna and Aaron J spend any time together. Every other couple, we've seen them boot up. We've seen them talking. We've seen them trying to get closer. We have not seen that with Aaron J and Joanna. Okay? And a couple other people have peep game. Now, the whole situation with Millie and Greg. Millie, you've been dating this man for 3 years. You guys actually do have a shot at working compared to everyone else because you live in the same city. You've been talking to him for 3 years, allegedly. Because, I think this is all fake. But you've been talking to him for 3 years. At some point, if you are now together with him face to face, why does the intimacy part, why is that moving so slow? What have you guys been talking about for 3 years? That's weird to me. If you've been talking for 3 years, you must like each other. You must enjoy that person's conversation. Now you have the opportunity to be together face to face. And the kissing bothers you? Now, it does seem like she does get a little bit deeper next week as to why intimacy may be an issue for her. So we'll see. But this is someone that she's been talking to allegedly for 3 years, okay? So it's a little bit weird when she's like, she mentioned in the previous episode, oh, he's not going to get to my body unless he gets to my mind first or my heart first. And it's like, well, he should have your mind and your heart. It's been 3 years. What are we doing? That part just didn't make any sense to me. When she talked about like there not being a spark and she wants like more romance, I feel like, girl, don't let these fairy tale romantic comedies and romance novels have you chasing something that doesn't really exist. Are you attracted to him in person or not? Let's get to the nitty gritty part of it. Like, what is it? But we'll see. We have more episodes to go. So let's get to the argument between Sienna and Brandon. Sienna and Brandon have a big argument, a big blow up. No, I'm sorry. The host shows up and the host tells them during dinner, your family and friends will be coming to talk to you about your situation, which to me was stupid and makes no sense. Whoever produces this show, I'm sorry, but this is not it. What was the point of Sienna's friend coming and meeting with Sienna only for I'm sure it was more than a few minutes, of course. It was edited and chopped down for TV, yes. But why did the friend not also meet Brandon? Like, the friend just coming over and just talking to Sienna and Brandon's friend just coming over and talking to Brandon made no sense. Why did they not all get together and have lunch and meet each other and check out the vibes themselves? Because here's what happened. Sienna told her friend every bad thing that she thinks Brandon did. Oh, Brandon spoke to another woman about me. Brandon said I was boring. And the friend is like, oh my gosh, that's awful. I don't like him. And then Brandon's talking to his friend. And first of all, his friend's hair. But Brandon's talking to his friend and it's like, shouldn't you be... This is ridiculous. Your friend should be meeting your partner in every other dating show. Like Ready to Love and, Love Island, Love is Blind, Love Island. When family and friends come on the show, it is to meet the other partner as well. And they talk together and they get to know that person. So that part just made no sense. But yeah, Sienna gets into a big argument with Brandon. Sienna is demanding to know what Brandon said to Millie. Now, some people, I believe it was Miss Misha, shout out to Miss Misha IMO, love her channel and her reviews. She pointed out that Sienna is very perturbed and disturbed at the fact that Brandon was speaking to Millie. Millie's younger, Millie's prettier, Do you feel a way about it because it was Millie? I don't know. But she's demanding to know what Brendan said to Millie. Brandon is talking too slow. Brandon doesn't want to tell her. Here's the thing. Sienna was talking to Greg. They all are talking to each other. Nobody, well, except for Joanna and Chris, nobody's moving questionable. No one's trying to get with your man. Like, they're talking to each other. Everyone's giving each other advice. But she goes off and then she starts yelling and screaming, "What did you say? What did you say? Get out of my room. Leave. Da 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 da." She goes off on him, yelling and screaming. He goes and he sits down and Brendan talks to Chris. And Chris is pretty much telling him, like, "You need to dead this. This is crazy." And Brendan says, like, "I think this is not going to work. I think this might be it." And then Sienna grabs some flowers and throws it at Brandon's foot. And the episode ends there. But I do want to note, I think that Brandon should cut this process short. Sienna is unhinged. She does not know how to communicate effectively. If she's 43 years old, and I heard someone say that may not have been her real age, she may really be in her 30s, don't know, don't care. If you're in your 30s as well, you are at a big enough and a grown enough age where you should know how to communicate with people effectively, especially when it comes to your partner. You shouldn't belittle that person and call them out of their name. You shouldn't yell at them like that. You're in public. You're on national television. You're doing way too much. You have to know how to argue effectively and remember not to say anything that you can't take back. And she clearly does not know how to do that. There is no talking to her. There is no calming her down. Brendan is the complete opposite. It's not that I feel like Brendan isn't man enough or he isn't tough enough. I think Sienna wants somebody that might yoke her up and give her that same energy. That energy that Dominique and Alexis had that caused them to get kicked off the show. I think Sienna wants that kind of toxicity. And Brendan better run. I hope, for Brandon's sake, that he decides that he's going to leave the show and cut the process short and end things with Sienna. There's no working this out. You do too much. It's only been 10 months. Don't be one of those people, "Well, it's been 3 years and I invested so much time." Nope. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. This is toxic. Cut it short. Cut it off. Do I think he's going to do that? I doubt it, but I hope that he does, because this is ridiculousness. Comment down below your thoughts. If you comment, I'll comment back. If you made it this far, go ahead, do me a favor and like the video. I appreciate the love and support. This is Late Nally Talks TV. I'm Late Nally, and I'm signing out.